Do not scroll. Stop right here. This is not appearing in your life by coincidence, and this is not a message meant for everyone who hears it. If you leave now, you will walk away from something that was meant to meet you at this exact moment. Listen carefully. You did not arrive here accidentally. You did not pause here by habit. You were guided here because something in your life has reached a critical point, and this message is part of the intervention meant to protect you. Stay, because what you are about to hear is not just information. It is alignment. God is speaking to you now. My beloved child, you've been asking questions quietly, not out loud, not to others, but inside. You wondered why things felt delayed, why clarity stayed just out of reach, why your heart felt heavy even when nothing was wrong. I have heard every unspoken question, and I brought you here now because the answers cannot wait any longer. This moment matters more than you realize. Archangel Michael steps forward. I am Archangel Michael. I do not interrupt lightly. I do not speak unless protection, correction, or redirection is required. I stopped you here because something has already begun to move around your life, and without understanding it, you would have misunderstood what was happening to you. You would have blamed yourself. You would have doubted your instincts. You would have taken responsibility for something that was never yours to carry. That is why you were stopped. This is why your heart feels different right now. Pay attention to your body. That tightness in your chest. That sudden stillness in your thoughts. That feeling like something important is being said, even before you understand it. That is not fear. That is your spirit recognizing truth. Your mind is slower than your soul. Your soul knew before you did. God says, the waiting was not a mistake. You thought you were being delayed. You were not. You thought doors were closing because you were unworthy. They were closing because you were not meant to enter yet. I did not allow you to rush into what would have overwhelmed you. I did not allow clarity to come before you were strong enough to hold it. Every pause was intentional. Every delay was protective. You were not being ignored. You were being prepared. Archangel Michael reveals the unseen pressure. There has been pressure around your life recently. Not dramatic, not obvious, subtle. You felt tired without reason, distracted without explanation, uncertain even when logic said you should feel confident. That pressure did not come from you. It came from interference. Not attack, interference. Something attempted to slow your progress by clouding your clarity. And it almost worked. Until now. Why this message found you before the event. There was a moment approaching, not far from now, where something would have unfolded suddenly. A misunderstanding, a revelation, a situation that would have felt unfair and confusing. If you had faced it without awareness, it would have shaken your confidence deeply. That is why this message reached you first. The moment you stopped here, the momentum shifted. This is not symbolic. This is intervention. God says, you have been carrying too much. You carried responsibility that was never acknowledged. You carried emotional weight that was never shared. You carried patience that cost you peace. And you did it quietly. No applause, no recognition. I saw it all. And I tell you now, that season is ending. You are not meant to live in survival mode forever, about the person you've been feeling distant from. You may not want to hear this, but you need to. Someone close to you carried unresolved emotion toward you, not hatred, not intention to harm, but jealousy they never admitted, comparison they never healed, resentment they never released. That emotion opened a door, and something tried to move through it. That is why your energy felt drained around them. That is why clarity weakened near them. That is why distance began to feel necessary. This is not betrayal. This is protection activating. Archangel Michael warns you here. Do not chase what begins to pull away. Do not force conversations that are already being dissolved. What is leaving now cannot follow you into what comes next. This separation is not loss. It is alignment correcting itself. The sign is coming very soon. Within a short time, something will shift. It may arrive as a message that feels strangely timed, a truth revealed without effort, a sudden realization that lands deeply, or a quiet opportunity that removes confusion. Your heart will recognize it before your mind explains it. Do not dismiss it. This is a confirmation your waiting prepared you for. God says, you were never forgotten. You thought silence meant abandonment. It did not. Silence was shelter. I was rearranging outcomes while you waited. I was removing access while you doubted. I was strengthening you while you questioned. Now movement begins, not rushed, not chaotic, but precise. Archangel Michael declares, the interference around your life has weakened. What tried to delay, you no longer has permission. Protection is now active, but awareness must remain. That is why you must continue listening. Do not leave yet. This is only the beginning. What comes next will explain why your life felt unstable recently, who is being removed, and what is about to open for you. Stay. Do not lose focus now. If you are still here, it is because something inside you already understands that this moment is connected to what happens next in your life. This is not curiosity anymore. This is recognition. Archangel Michael speaks again. I am still here. I have not stepped away. And I need you to understand this clearly. The pressure you felt recently was not meant to harm you. It was meant to alert you. Something that no longer belonged in your life began to resist being removed. That resistance is what you felt. Confusion, fatigue, emotional heaviness without a clear source. Those were symptoms of misalignment, not failure. God says, you were standing at a crossing without seeing it. You thought you were just living your normal life, but spiritually, you were approaching a crossing point. One direction would have led you deeper into repetition. The other leads you into resolution. If you had continued without awareness, you would have chosen familiarity, not because it was right, but because it was known. That is why I stopped you. That is why this message came before the moment, not after it. The reason everything felt unstable. You felt like nothing was solid. Plans felt uncertain. People felt unpredictable. Even your own emotions felt unfamiliar. That was not chaos. That was separation beginning. When something no longer belongs with you, it destabilizes before it releases. What you were feeling was the bond weakening. Archangel Michael reveals a hidden truth. There was a connection in your life that overstayed its season, not because it was evil, not because it was fake, but because it had completed its purpose. And when purpose ends, attachment becomes weight. That connection could not follow you forward, so resistance formed. And now, removal has begun. God says, do not try to fix what is ending. This is important. Your instinct may be to explain, to clarify, to repair. Do not. What is dissolving does not need repair. It needs release. If you hold on now, you delay your own relief. I am removing what would have exhausted you later. Trust this. What is happening in the unseen? While you have been listening, things are shifting. Conversations are being delayed. Plans are being canceled. Truths are becoming uncomfortable for people who avoided them. You are no longer available for manipulation, confusion, or half-truths. Your clarity is returning, and clarity makes unstable things uncomfortable. Archangel Michael warns you here. You may feel tempted to doubt yourself soon. You may think, am I imagining this? Am I overreacting? Should I go back to how it was? That thought is not yours. That is the last pull of the old alignment. Do not answer it. The sign is getting closer. You will know it when it happens. Your body will respond first. Your breathing will change. Your chest will feel lighter. Your thoughts will slow instead of race. That is confirmation. That is alignment locking in. God says, about the person who caused confusion, they are beginning to feel exposed. Not publicly, internally. They are realizing that what they avoided is now unavoidable. Distance is revealing truth to them, but their awakening is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to stay clear. You are not losing anything real. This must be said clearly. Nothing real is being taken from you. What is leaving was blocking something better from arriving. I do not subtract without replacing. I do not close without opening. What you are releasing now creates space. Archangel Michael declares a turning point. The moment you stayed here, the direction shifted. Something that was meant to unfold later has moved closer. Something that was delayed is being released. Your life is no longer on hold. God says, the next phase will feel quieter. Do not expect chaos. Expect calm. Expect things to stop fighting you. Expect answers to arrive without force. This is how you will know you are aligned. Do not miss this warning. When peace starts to arrive, do not run back to noise. Noise feels familiar. Peace feels unfamiliar when you've lived in survival mode. But peace is your confirmation. Archangel Michael's word of protection. You are shielded now, but clarity must remain active. That is why you are still listening. Because the final part reveals what opens next, who steps away permanently, and what your next season will actually look like. Stay with me. You did not come this far to turn back. The door that opens, the moment you will recognize, and the shift that completes this cycle. Stay with me. If you are still listening, it is because something inside you already knows that this is the closing moment of an old chapter. This is not build-up anymore. This is resolution. Archangel Michael speaks with finality. I am still standing here. And now I tell you this plainly. What was circling your life no longer has access. What tried to delay you has been interrupted. What drained you has been identified and removed. This is not temporary protection. This is a completed action. God says, this is where the cycle breaks. For a long time, your life moved in loops. The same patterns. The same disappointments. The same lessons repeating with different faces. You kept asking why it felt like you were growing, but not arriving. This is why. Some cycles do not end with effort. They end with awareness. And awareness has now arrived. The moment you will recognize. In the coming days, there will be a moment that feels simple, almost ordinary. But inside you, something will settle. It may be a conversation that suddenly makes sense. An opportunity that feels calm instead of stressful. A truth you accept without fighting. Or a realization that brings peace instead of pain. That is the moment you cross over. Nothing dramatic will happen externally at first, but internally you will know, I am no longer the same. Archangel Michael reveals what is ending for good. This is important. There is something that will not follow you forward. A pattern of overgiving. A need to be chosen. A habit of explaining yourself to people who never listened. That chapter is closing permanently. You will feel the difference immediately. Less tension, less self-doubt, less emotional weight. God says, what opens next is not what you expected. You thought your breakthrough would arrive loudly. It will not. It will arrive as relief, as stability, as ease, as things no longer pushing against you. The door opening now does not demand struggle. It welcomes you calmly. About the person who will fade. Someone will drift out of your life without confrontation. No argument. No closure speech. Just distance. Do not chase them. They were connected to a version of you that no longer exists. This is not loss. This is completion. Archangel Michael declares alignment. Your intuition is sharp again. Your discernment is active. Your clarity is stable. You are no longer vulnerable to confusion disguised as comfort. You will feel this in how quickly you notice truth now. God says, you are no longer in survival mode. This is a shift. You are moving from endurance into receiving, from reacting into choosing, from waiting into allowing. That is why peace feels unfamiliar. You are not used to it yet, but peace is your confirmation. What you must not do now, do not rush, do not announce, do not over-explain. Let the change settle. Some things grow best in silence. The next season will reveal itself naturally. You will not need signs everywhere. Life will begin responding to you differently. People will treat you with more respect or remove themselves. Opportunities will come with less resistance. Decisions will feel clear instead of heavy. That is alignment at work. Archangel Michael's final declaration. The threat has passed. The interference is gone. The lesson is complete. What remains now is forward movement. God's final message to you. My beloved child, this is where your waiting ends. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are ready. Ready to move without fear. Ready to choose without guilt. Ready to trust yourself again. You did not miss your moment. You arrived exactly when you were meant to. From here on, your life will not repeat. It will progress. Remain calm. Remain aware. Remain open. What comes next will recognize you immediately, because you are no longer who you used to be. Amen.